Welcome in, welcome in. We hit the 10 likes goal. I don't know what we finished with last stream, but we are back as promised. Reacting to what was a pretty crazy round one. Honestly, I would say that was the craziest round one I've seen in recent memory. I mean, I didn't have much confidence that I would get much right in the pre stuff because so many teams, especially this is what we were guessing with the pass catchers, so many teams could have been in play, especially at the end of the first round. I thought maybe the Niners, these other teams that might have been in play for Bills or something, could be in play for receiver. Ends up, I think I got one thing right on there. Like, unbelievable, really, really fun mock draft. I think it's for the absolute best. I think my initial reaction, I'll just leave it here, is that rookie picks, I guess we'll do the math when we do our mock here. Rookie picks are definitely on the rise here, round one.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a crazy first round full of surprises. Some good, some bad. There are definitely a lot of winners and losers. I've already been making a list of it. We can talk about it as we go through our first mock here, and we'll kind of just start talking about the players and the winners and losers that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy, and yeah, we did not get many picks right. I did call the Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals pick, so that was kind of fun. Fun way to kind of start the draft there. I believe we both correctly said Cooper to the Jets. And then I can't remember if I officially said Jadarian Price to the Seahawks at 32, but I brought it up at the very end because you didn't.
We didn't have a graphic for him. I didn't have time to make one for him or Stowers. Yeah.
But I brought him up at the end, and I mean I also mentioned how there were some reports that the Jags might trade up for him in the first round. So I don't know if I made an official prediction, but I definitely had a feeling that he might go in the first round. And yeah, I mean the Seahawks had been the favorite for that all along. I've been comparing Price to Kenneth Walker in terms of his play style, and I've been a big fan of Price. I mean, I've been kind of pounding the table a bit for him, so I'm pretty excited. I mean, that was definitely. I mean, for me, that was the biggest thing. I mean, I thought there was a chance that Price would go in the first round, but to actually see it happen is pretty huge.
Oh yeah, I'm pumped about that. That brings a second running back into the picture. It's kind of just the dream landing spot here. You get them on a Super Bowl contending team. I mean, really, they need weapons. They just have JSN. That's literally it. You can say what you want about A.J. Barner and Rashid Shaheed and Cooper Kupp and Torrey Horton. Jadarian Price is probably fantasy option number 2 now. There, obviously, Charbonnet might. Who knows when he'll be back? Maybe mid-season at best. Jadarian Price is going to be flying up boards. I just wonder, how far? I mean, I guess we'll find out when we do our mock here what you think. And then also, again, there's some players. Day 2, I mean, the Niners are up on the clock at 33. Like, who knows what might be, coming off the board. The Raiders are right back up. They need a receiver. I'm very excited for, obviously now tomorrow to see, especially how those first few picks roll around. Really exciting day. I would say, I couldn't believe, especially you get the Price at the end. I mean, it was really like a dynasty, just like cherry on top. To kind of like a wild night. Ton of fun.
Yeah, what a great way to end the night with Price actually going in the first round. I mean, think about how rare that is these days for a running back to get first round draft capital. I mean, that is the dream. This is absolutely massive for Price. I mean, I really do think he's in the discussion. Like after Jeremiah Love, I at the 101 in rookie drafts. I mean, I think Price is in the conversation there after that. So, I mean, it's not just clickbait for people to click on this live stream. Like, I think he's in the conversation. So, what do you think? Like, should we jump into a mock and see where we're ranking these guys now?
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see where we get. Obviously, there's an initial reaction. This is nothing final. I mean, players still need to get drafted, of course, early day 2. But we're going to rank, just our initial gut reaction here. Open to feedback from anyone, what do you think? We could draft a guy too high, too low? I'm definitely interested to see where Price goes. I'm still just trying to sort out, what the heck to do with all these landing spots. Especially just again, only one of them I was able to predict correctly. We had Tate go higher, Lemon go lower, just like so much in play here to consider. Let's fire this thing up. I think I need a screen share with you, Dan, first.
Okay.
Let me give you my screen here. Okay, you should be able to see it now, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. So let's go here. Yeah, Jacob said, yeah, he's priced in the conversation at 1-2 is egregious. Might be a little clickbaity, but we'll see. We'll see where I got a feeling Dan will take him before me. We'll see where he goes.
Hey, so yeah, Blake, how about you take the 101? I'll take the 102.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, we'll do the first mock with just me and Blake, and then after that, depending on how many people are watching this late, maybe we can get a full mock filled up with 12 people here. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just fired off the 101. We don't really need to talk about that. I guess just the Arizona landing spot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how to feel about it. I think from Arizona, that's a very, very interesting decision for them to not go basically with an edge rusher. I mean, I think that's like a potential pretty fireable offense if they're a bad team this year. Obviously, with they're gonna have no quarterback. It's gonna be Jacoby Brissett. So if they are a 3-4 win team again, we'll see if the GM regrets that or not. But obviously, for selling tickets, again, I was talking about the Titans just taking him in the prediction. I don't think that may make much sense either. But teams want to get these weapons. He's obviously potentially the best player in the draft, just overall when you remove position. I just don't know what to think about the landing spot. I think it doesn't really matter. It's Jeremiah Love, so I'm not going to overthink it. Obviously, he's going to be the 101. There's no question about that. But just like the confidence in Jeremiah Love himself.
Well,
is it better than Titans or not?
There are two things that I like about this landing spot of Love to the Cardinals. One is that it's not the Tennessee Titans. I mean, that just feels like such a gross landing spot.
Yeah,
who knows? Maybe Cam Ward takes a nice, leap in year two. He did play better down the stretch as a rookie. I mean, I do think there's some hope for him. So if Cam Ward is like a competent NFL quarterback, then maybe it's not an atrocious landing spot. You got Wan'Dale Robinson there. Maybe Gunnar Helm takes a step forward. They have some other young receivers. But it still doesn't feel great. So just the fact that he didn't go to the Titans is kind of a low-key win. And then on top of it, the Cardinals don't have a long-term quarterback there. But what they do have is a lot of weapons. You got McBride, Marv, Michael Wilson. Now you add Jeremiah Love to the mix. Not to mention, Tyler Algier even as a nice backup running back. Algier gets Algiered yet again. First Bijan, now Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah,
he can't catch a break, but they got loads of weapons there now. So if the quarterback play is competent, whether that's Brissett, Gardner Minshew, a rookie quarterback, maybe they end up trading for one. That's a possibility that we've talked about during the NFL draft. There's some interesting backups that might be available for trade in the NFL. If they just get competent quarterback play, that could be a pretty kind of fun, interesting offense. So, I mean, you want to have running backs on good offenses. So I do think this is about as good of a landing spot for Love as we could realistically hope for. I mean, maybe maybe you'd prefer the Commanders. Maybe that would have been the best one. But even then, like, how much is Jaden Daniels going to throw to a running back? So I don't know. Like, you could argue this Cardinals landing spot is about the best we could have hoped for here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, the issue is, like, I don't think their O-line's very good, and, obviously the quarterback play, but maybe, again, there's just, like, garbage time check down, things like that. To me, like, it doesn't even really matter, like, the year one thing. Obviously, we hope he does good year one, but this is a landing spot, like, an offense where, Mike LaFleur gets hired to be the head coach. I think he could thrive in the future. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what they do with the quarterback. Obviously, just Brissett, and there's no Ty Simpson now to draft. Maybe they take a swing, though, on someone in day 2 or 3. That won't really matter, though, for the conversation here. This is a very good offense.
The last thing I'll say about Love is, like, just seeing, like, the highlights that they showed after he was drafted. Mm-hmm. It's just such a reminder of, like, what a beast this guy is. I mean, he just looks like such a beast out there. So, like, I'm probably – I mean, I've always been really excited about Jeremiah Love. But I'm pretty pumped. I mean, just because, again, like, the landing spot isn't even that important. He's just going to be awesome wherever he goes. So yeah, I'm just feeling good about Jeremiah Love. Clear 101, like by a mile.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt. And yeah, the landing spot. I don't know. I think it's a really good offense on paper. I won't be shocked if they win like 4 or 5 games again next season. But it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Again, maybe they just get a good quarterback next year, and then maybe that's the best thing for them. I'd say that is probably the best thing. Is hopefully they just are just awful. Maybe they get some garbage time magic again. I think one interesting thing for this offense now is this is a pretty clear statement that they want to, actually be able to establish the run game. They're probably not going to run it or throw it 60 times a game now. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that helps the offense, but obviously we saw the magic last year because of just the pure pass volume and garbage time. Camex is in here. What's up, Camex? Let us know what you're thinking about the draft. Seb's in here, and Jacob, welcome. We are just talking through the first round of the draft. I'm going to leave you guys a link, by the way, for a mock draft. If we can fill this out, just join up. It is in the chat now, anyone watching, and you can join that up. I'll just, claim a spot. I'll just go right in the middle there. Actually, I'll let you guys pick first. I don't really care what spot I get. How do I guess I'll go pick 12. Someone let me know if you want pick 12. Golden 8 is in here. Welcome. It says 102 or 105 and 109. I'm going to immediately say 105 and 109 for me easily. I'm just snagging that. The 2 picks, that, to me, that's just easy. Any
Yeah, I agree with that because, I was even saying before the NFL draft started that the top 9 picks in the first round of rookie drafts, that's kind of where I wanted to be because, at least in tight end premium leagues, because I had Price in there. I was anticipating Jadarian Price getting good draft capital. I didn't know for sure if it'd be round 1, but I didn't think it'd be much later than that. I figured round 2 kind of at the worst. So, I had Price probably as my 108 and probably Stowers as my 109. So,
yeah.
In tight end premium leagues, especially 0.75 and higher, I really wanted a top 9 pick. That was part of the reason why I was saying, send a 3rd or a 4th. And, if you have the 110, see if you can move up into the 109.
Yeah, I hope you guys listened to our video suggesting those last minute moves. Golden 8, so super flex ideal. So are you trying to move up to 102? I would say if that's what you're sending, do not do that deal to get up to 102 for Tate.
Hey, we should probably ask the format though. If you can tell us any details about the format, like how many teams in your league, how many starters, is it super flex, full PPR, what's the tight end premium?
For me, the format doesn't matter. That's just unless you're in a start 3,
I still just like to be thorough and ask because you just never know. Someone's going to say, it's start 7 and, it's, 0.5 point per carry or something,
Right now, I think we're going to see this we'll at least talk through Golden Navy if you stick around here for the top 5 picks here. Oh, yeah, sorry. We'll go right back to our mock here. And by the way, if you're not in here, Golden Navy, you can join our mock that we're going to do after we just kind of talk through our quick mock and players here. We're filling out that other mock. I really think there's potential maybe Tate or it could be a consensus 102 or something, but I think beyond that there's going to be a massive massive variance on what you're going to get. So to me your pick 5 that could be pick 3 on your board or whatever, right? So having 5, 6 and 9, I would much rather have that than just having 102. In fact, if the guy picks Tate at 2, then you could always reconsider, sending it for cheaper. Maybe Tate just follows you at 5. I would doubt that, but you just never know. I would say just let yourself get on the clock, see what options are available. I would say very, very strongly keep 5 and 9.
By the way, we got 8 people watching our stream late here.
Yep.
It's awesome having everybody in here. Definitely drop us a like. We were men of our word. We said we would stream after the draft, and here we are. So, drop us a like for that. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, and Rift Rose is in here. Welcome. I believe you're new. It says 104 or 106 and 204. You're trying to move up. That's a very interesting one, and like I'm gonna be completely honest, Riff. My instant reaction is let's see how our mock right now plays out, because like the draft just happened. Like I don't want to just like tell you something. Like let's actually get to pick 6, and maybe we'll have a little bit better advice. Because I think, again, like I was just saying, I think things have massively potentially shaken up, and just between Dan and I, doing this mock right now, we might see that. So,
but my instinct, if I can give you an initial gut reaction answer to that, I would say I'm preferring the 104, because I want to see what player falls to me there. I kind of want to have the option there, and then if I feel like at the 104 there are a few players that I like, then at that point I can trade back and consider taking the 106 plus 204 at that point. But I kind of want to see what falls to me there first.
Drop this will be very important for knowing the context of your league, the starters, the tight end premium. Let us know all the details that are important there, Riff, about and then we'll help you out here once we get through a few of our picks.
Yeah, we'll definitely circle back to that.
Yeah, it's interesting that because my initial reaction, especially with how the draft kind of fell out today, I'm low-key almost more interested in like 6 and 204, though of course I do want to see, what is there at 4. The way that things might shake out, though, like, again, my 106 or my 104 might be at 6. So, let's see how this plays out. Yeah, give us a little more details. Camex just said, can't believe Philly actually did it again. Sat in one spot, got the perfect player. Yeah, insane value on Mekhi Lemon at, 20? So, Dan, you are on the clock at number 2. Let's move on here.
Yeah, so this is a really interesting pick here. We knew that this rookie draft order, the rankings were really going to get shook up here because, it was so tight between those top 3 receivers. We knew draft capital and landing spot were going to determine a lot for the order. At least that's the way I felt. I think a lot of people felt that way. Yeah. So now that we have the answers for they all win the first round, which we all pretty much expected. But they went in a certain order. In terms of the draft capital, Tate goes first. So he goes at pick 4 to the Titans. And then Tyson goes. Tyson at 8. I don't know. I wasn't necessarily expecting him to go that early. I kind of thought he had a chance to fall to kind of where maybe Lemon ended up going.
Yeah.
So that was probably like the biggest news in terms of the top 3 receivers. But also, Lemon slipping to 20.
That was the bigger thing for me.
That's about the latest I wanted to see him fall to, where, I wouldn't penalize him too much for that. And then in terms of the landing spots, none of them are amazing. Like the Eagles landing spot for Lemon, I probably like the least of the 3. Tate to the Titans isn't bad, especially when you consider the draft capital. They presumably have their quarterback of the future in Ward, and we think. And then with Tyson to the Saints, Shuck is a bit of a question mark, but. And you got Olave there. But on the other hand, the Saints like to throw a lot. So, honestly, when you kind of combine draft capital and landing spot, I think it might be best for Tyson. So, I think I'm going to go Jordan Tyson at the 102 here.
Interesting. Yeah, I actually was not expecting that. I'm not sure what I was expecting, to be honest. Tyson, that's why I had him, as my first receiver. I legitimately thought there was a chance if they didn't go defense at 5. For the Giants, and then they would circle back.
That's right. We did talk about that, but still, I guess I just mean in the past few weeks and even months. I was kind of thinking there was a wide range of outcomes for Tyson. Like he could go early to mid first round, or he could slip to who knows, maybe late first round, even early second round. You never know.
Yeah, there was, and then once he did the work, it almost seemed like teams were just kind of trying to get him to drop. The late steam on Tyson was don't be surprised if he's the first receiver off the board. Don't be surprised if he doesn't make it past 5, basically. Okay. 8, the Saints, that's seemed like a pretty, I thought he might go to the Commanders there. Obviously, they had a really nice, just sitting there at 7, having Stunning Styles, which was unexpected to go to 7. Kind of a no-brainer pick. Yeah, Jordan Tyson at the 102. I can't blame you. I'm just going to quickly circle it back up. Let me know if you have anything to add.
The reason I say Tyson at the 102 as well is that, I mean, Olave's awesome, like no question about it. But if Tyson pans out and becomes, kind of hits that ceiling outcome, reaches that potential that we think he has, he could become the wide receiver 1 on the Saints at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some point in the not too distant future. So I'm not just looking at this as like a T. Higgins, Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle situation where, okay, he's just permanently stuck as the wide receiver 2 on the team, but he can still be good kind of thing. Like, no, like I think he can be the wide receiver 1 on the Saints in a ceiling outcome here.
Yeah, I mean, I really, really like Tyson. The issue is Chris Olave is obviously very, very, very talented, like one of the best receivers in the NFL. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure where I'm on Tyson. Again, as we talk through this draft, I'll start to get a better sense of where we're at. To me, Tate. I think Tate would probably be just like my default 102, just with the draft capital. No, like I really actually probably like him the least of all 3 receivers. Like, I don't know. I think he's going to go 102 basically in a lot of drafts if I had to guess right now. Especially if people are just drafting at this very second. I feel like the landing spot and the draft capital would probably just be default him. That's kind of just where I'm at. And I don't blame him for taking Tyson. I like him more than actually Tate himself. But like literally like no one there. I mean, I guess there's Wan'Dale Robinson, one leg Calvin Ridley. Maybe the Titans can kind of build something special. Maybe they'll draft a running back or something. Try to build up this offense. So, but as far as Tate goes, I mean, I guess this is better than the Browns. Like I'll say I think this is probably better than the Browns.
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of a win for Tate for me. Going to Tennessee, I don't think it's like a huge win, but it's better than the Giants and the Browns, for me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it feels a little boring, but
it is boring. Yeah.
It might be better than we think. Again, like if Cam Ward takes that leap in year 2. And Tate can be like the clear wide receiver 1. Wan'Dale is obviously like the slot wide receiver, so he's not really competing with the same targets as a Tate. I mean, obviously, like they'll both have to like fight for targets, but they're operating kind of in different parts of the field. They're doing different things, different roles. So I think that is a nice fit. It's not like he has to go somewhere. I mean, imagine if Tate went somewhere where there's like a kind of another similar like X receiver. Like if he was drafted by like the Houston Texans or something like that. And it's like him and Nico Collins, like, that wouldn't feel as good. But because he goes to a team where the, incumbent wide receiver, or even though he's new to the team, Wan'Dale Robinson is a slot receiver, I feel like that is a nice fit there.
Yeah, no, exactly. I do think that's a really nice fit. And again, just like, I just don't think there's anything on this team like stopping Tate from, kind of reaching his outcome, unless it's just like quarterback play or coaching or something like that.
Like he feels a little boring, and the landing spot feels a little boring, but I think he's going to probably be pretty good. So, I mean, I think he's a really solid pick at the 103.
It kind of just feels like a floor pick, but again, like he literally got picked number 4. Like, who's to say what the ceiling is? Like obviously the ceiling could be like just about anything.
I think he'll have a lot of value insulation. I mean, with the draft capital he gets, first receiver off the board.
Yeah.
Go to a spot with a young quarterback. It just feels like he'll hold his value even if he doesn't smash right out of the gate.
Same exact draft capital as Marvin Harrison, I believe, from 2024. So yeah, obviously very.
Yeah, Marv has held his value, pretty well. I mean, obviously it's started taking a hit here with the. Down, injury-riddled year 2. But still, I mean... He's still
5th-round pick.
If Marv comes out and has 100 yards and a touchdown week 1 this coming season, I mean, he'll probably be worth, like, 2 to 3 firsts again or something, the way the market...
Yeah, he's still a 5th-round pick and was, like... Not that he's, like, shown nothing. I think he actually leads that draft class in touchdowns. But, like... That's all he's basically shows is like the touchdowns and stuff like that. Obviously, like we're still waiting for everything kind of click, and he's still really valuable. Obviously, he's lost like a ton of value relative.
But he can get it back.
But he can get it back, yeah.
If he just starts putting a few good games together.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can see, like if that's the worst case scenario in the first or just about to it, like I feel like it's a pretty safe pick. And I mean. What's Marv worth in this draft class? Pre-draft, I mean, hell, you might have been able to get like the 103, 104 from like a crazy manager that was down in this class, right? I mean, if not 105, 106, you'd probably be looking at. So, I think Tate's at least a safe pick, even if it's not that exciting. So you are up at 4. What are you thinking here at 4?
I got to do it.
Uh-oh.
Give me my boy, Jadarian Price.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I don't think I can let him slip any further here. I really don't. I mean, a running back with first-round draft capital, not to mention just the scarcity of running back in general relative to wide receiver. I mean, wide receivers just feel like a dime a dozen these days. Running backs are a lot more scarce. And then even if you just look in the context of rookie drafts, you know, it's not a great class for running backs. It's much deeper at wide receiver. So
Yeah.
if you're looking at it at that perspective as well, the scarcity also leads you toward taking Price over some of these other receivers there. I mean, I feel like Tyson and Tate, you know, probably still have to go ahead of Price. I mean, I think it's a conversation, though. I mean, we could talk about that. I mean, I think the default is to kind of like, okay, let's not change our rankings too much, but I really think we got to change them a lot for Price. I mean, first-round draft capital, not to mention the landing spots is pretty much a dream. I mean, the Super Bowl champs who just lost Kenneth Walker to free agency, Charbonnet tears his ACL. I mean, who knows what to expect from him this year. You know, they got a bunch of other just kind of, you know, depth running backs, Emmanuel Wilson, Halani, McIntosh. And, yeah, I kind of like all those guys, but, I mean, they're not going to set the world on fire. I mean, it should be the Jadarian Price show. I mean, we'll see. We can debate what kind of workload he can handle, and you know, has he handled that kind of workload before? Well, not really in college. I kind of think he can handle it, though. I mean, I just love him as a player, love him as a prospect. I mean, I was saying the other day when we did mocks and I got Price at the 109, I said this was a real draft. I'm doing cartwheels getting Price at the 109, and you know, I don't know what people thought about that at the time. Like, maybe they thought that was an unusual statement, but this is why, because I expected him to get this draft capital, and now we're talking about him at, you know, the 104, potentially even earlier. I mean, I think it'll be interesting. You know, I don't expect too many people to take him before the 104, but I think for most people, this is the point where you really have to start seriously considering him, and I'm taking him here.
Yeah, I actually do think, like, I do think people might be looking at him in this range here. I mean, I'm very interested to see what these drafts are going to be starting in a couple of days, especially early on. Like, I think like you might see crazy stuff, especially if someone needs a running back, like in just wants that kind of draft for need. Chat's going crazy. I do sideboard with the chat. Like, I don't know where I'm at on Price right now. Now, I want to, as we go through here, I'll tell you where I would actually draft Price. But yeah, I just, for me, like, he wouldn't be. Like I wouldn't shake him up over the top 5, or I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where.
But
like,
I mean, the NFL has spoken. I mean, they have told us what they think of Jadarian Price, and they consider him to be a first-round running back. You can nitpick and say, okay, well, it was at 32. He's a first-round running back. He was drafted in the first round.
Well, Coda says, back up your word and take him at 104. He's trying to dare you into it. So.
Hey, I mean, I'll have to check my leagues and see where I have 104, but I mean, if that's where I have him ranked, that's where I'm going to take him. Unless, like, in every other rookie draft, he's going later and, like, okay, I don't have to take him there, then maybe I'll trade back to a point where I can still get him. But if I'm just, my initial reaction is, like, this is where I think he should be drafted.
Okay, yeah, I mean, hey, that's why we're doing the exercise here. For me, I don't know what I think about this Mekhi Lemon pick here. You know, for I think a lot of people might not like this landing spot, and I think the initial reaction is, you know, the Jalen Hurts. Obviously, we know that, like, AJ Brown's just, like, basically confirmed gone now. It would basically be, like, a complete shock, and they also just said they're just drafting as if AJ Brown's not their team. Right. For all intents and purposes, AJ Brown's gone. So for me, for Mekhi Lemon, definitely not an ideal landing spot. In fact, I was actually kind of relieved, though, he went here, because the landing spots behind him were like, oh boy, you know, like, please don't go to the Steelers, like, please don't go one of these other teams. So I'm actually pretty, like, happy, all things considered, that he just ended up getting picked where he did. I definitely understand the concerns for Mekhi Lemon, you know, going to the Eagles. A lot of people hate Hurts and stuff like that, but I think Coda was saying Hurts can't support 2 receivers. Well, what about all the seasons where, you know, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown have been lighting it up? I mean, they were 2 top 10 receivers, and I mean, maybe that was like 2022 now or 2023, but, like, yes, he can be supported. Obviously, actually, Devontae Smith, like, I mean, I still love Devontae Smith and everything, of course. I don't know this. I guess this is a pretty bad run out for him. But like he's actually like sneaky old because he was kind of like an older prospect. He wasn't early declared or anything. So like, yeah, Mekhi Lemon at being at like what the ripe age of 21 here. Like I think this is actually quite a decent landing spot for him. All things considered, I think the Rams would have been much better. But I would rather this than the Ravens personally. Lamar can barely support one receiver, so it's like, just give me the offense that's been able to show they can support two receivers and semi-tight end.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I guess from that perspective, it's not terrible. You can talk yourself into the consolidated target tree that we've seen over the past few years with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith.
Yeah, you might get a discount on Mekhi Lemon because that OC was so bad last year. I mean,
right?
They fired his ass the second they could.
Yeah.
Basically, we have like a really good track record for the Eagles minus last year. I think there's gonna be a lot of stink.
So yeah, because A.J. Brown was a little underwhelming last year. Devonta Smith was, even more underwhelming last year. He was pretty bad last year, honestly, in terms of fantasy.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I think there's a lot of stink going on with the Eagles. Like, if I can get Mekhi Lemon at 5 and 6 in a lot of drafts, I'm gonna be very, very happy.
I still love him as a prospect, and so I think here I'll check the rankings. I made some rankings during the draft and as it ended. But yeah, I have Lemon. Yeah, I have him as my 105 as well. So this is where I would take him too. So I agree with you. I'm not as excited about the landing spot, but I could be talked into it. I want to like Lemon because I like him as a prospect, and I'm still excited about him, and I'm still willing to just bet on the talent and just hope it works out. But yeah, Hurts isn't the greatest passer in the world. He's got to compete with Devonta Smith, even Goddard. There's typically not a ton of passing volume there. It was a little better last year, but yet, ironically, the results were worse. So, yeah, but maybe we can blame that on the offensive coordinator. But it's kind of a mixed bag at best with the landing spot. But long term, I'm still going to bet on Lemon.
Yeah, no, exactly. And by the way, everyone that wants to join a sleeper mock draft here, we're trying to fill it out. You can start preemptively joining here. Make sure you do so if you guys are interested. Put it in the chat. So you are up at 6, Dan.
Yeah. So at 6 here, I think I'm just going to take Mendoza here. It just kind of seems like, kind of the default pick. I guess he's fallen far enough. I'm not, like we've talked about, I'm not the guy that's going to be like, oh, well, quarterback in a super flex, you got to take him, at the 102, 103. Like, no, not necessarily. Not these days. So, but yeah, I don't think I can let him slip any further, especially considering some of the questionable landing spots that we saw for Sadiq and Concepcion and Cooper. You got to take Mendoza here, I think.
Yeah, and by the way, what premium should we be doing here? Obviously coming up with picks 7.
Our typical standard league would be like a 0.75. Yeah. But if we're talking about kind of what the average league is out there, it's probably 0.5. So I don't know. Which that's always the debate. Do we do 0.5 or 0.75? What do you think?
I say we spice it up because there are a lot of 0.5 premiums. I say we just spice it up, like maybe in terms of Russ, because I think it'll be more challenging to know where to take Sadiq here.
Let's do 0.5 then. We'll call it a 12-team. Can we still call it? What should we say? Start 10. Start 10.
Yeah, call it 12-team. Start 10.
Full PPR, super flex, 0.5 tight end premium. No other special bonuses or scoring.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I don't know. I want to call it a run to the podium because obviously I think still there's some talented players up on this board, but again I feel really happy that I can get Concepcion at the 107. I actually think the Browns landing spot, it sounds disgusting, and in fact it might be disgusting for a year. I definitely consider that when drafting rookies, but there's just nobody that obviously there's Fannin who I love. There's just so much opportunity here, year one for Concepcion. I believe in him as a player. I love him. Like he's kind of just like my guy in this draft class. One of a couple. And so for me, I believe in him. I kind of think this is like a dream landing spot in terms of just like target competition. Maybe they can get a quarterback. Maybe they just stink and land a nice quarterback next year. I'm not going to worry about too much. I'm just going to bet on the talent. And I just like it's kind of like a cheaper version of like Tate. You know what I mean? Like I guess he doesn't have a quarterback, but heck, man, maybe Deshaun Watson in 2026 can make some magic happen. Let's hope.
Yeah, and I have Concepcion ranked here as well. So even though I wasn't like blown away when I watched him, I was a little disappointed. I'm still basically a believer in him. Probably the thing that I didn't like when I watched him is he didn't look fast to me. But he doesn't need to be fast. I mean, if there's one thing that wide receivers like don't necessarily have to be awesome in the NFL and awesome for fantasy, it's fast. It's more about quickness, ability to separate and get open.
KC, you're saying is not fast.
He doesn't look fast to me. I'm not saying he isn't fast, but I'm just saying like
he's like one of the fastest receivers in the class, man. Like,
he doesn't look fast when I watch him. He looks slow. I mean, he looks like average speed at best, honestly.
Dude, he's like blazing. Like I think he looks so fast. Especially dude, you look at his like returns. Holy crap, man! He literally just like runs by the entire team.
I don't know like what I'm seeing that like everyone else isn't. I mean, I really want him to run his 40 and like see what it is, but he just doesn't look that fast to me. But I think he's good. Like
I think he did run up
themselves.
I think he did actually end up running the 40, and then he got his knee thing done. Like he had like some knee scope thing done after, and he still ran like low 4.4, like 4.42 or something like that, 4.43. I'm not sure the exact time.
Is that like an whatever that number was? Was that like an official time or
that was combine time? He actually did end up running it, and then right after the combine, he got his knee scope. So I don't know if that impacted him. But like basically on film, like he's one of the fastest receivers in this class.
I don't know why I didn't see that, but again, it probably doesn't matter that much. I mean, I believe in the metrics and Matt Harmon's endorsement and everything. And what? I mean, the more I think about it, Cleveland really isn't a bad landing spot because the thing is, if we're going to complain when a wide receiver goes somewhere where there's a lot of target competition, then we can't really complain about Concepcion going to the Browns because it's kind of hard to have both. You know what I mean? Because, so the Browns a bad offense? Okay, yes. But part of the reason they're a bad offense is because they don't have weapons.
Yeah.
So if they had weapons there, then it's like, oh, man, he's got to compete with all these other weapons there.
Yeah.
So it's like, which is it? Like, it's really hard to get both. There's a world of opportunity there. So does it feel like the most exciting thing? No. But it's probably really not that bad because he could have like a Ladd McConkey kind of rookie season where he's kind of the only game in town. I mean, I guess him and Fannin, but Fannon's a tight end. Concepcion really doesn't have any wide receivers to compete with that worry you. So in a way, it's kind of a good landing spot. So yeah, I mean, this is where I would take Concepcion in a 0.5 tight end premium.
Yeah, I was really hoping Omar Cooper would actually go ahead of him in the draft. And I like Omar Cooper, but not as much as Concepcion. So I was really hoping he would go ahead of him just to like maybe push KC down the board. And then even that Browns landing spot, like I think a lot of people might interpret that as bad. Camex is saying he doesn't like it. So yeah, for me, like pretty good scenario. I hope we could see him at pick 8 and later in rookie drafts. I'll be, gobbling that up.
Oh yeah. I mean, if he falls because he lands to the Browns, like, yeah, he could definitely be a nice value. I do prefer Cooper more, just kind of personally. But yeah, not crazy about where he landed.
Yeah. So you are up at the 108. Who are you going to take?
All right. So before I make this pick here, are we allowed to, for this mock with just you and me here, are we allowed to take any rookie or are we only doing the 10 that were drafted tonight?
Let's draft only the guys that were drafted tonight.
Okay. All right. So in that case, I mean, when I initially wrote out my rankings, I was kind of doing it for like a 0.75 tight end premium in my head. So I got to adjust it now to the 0.5 tight end premium. So yeah, in a 0.75, I think I would take Sadiq here. In a 0.5, yeah, I mean, so it's between Sadiq, Cooper, and Simpson. Those are the three guys left here. I think I'm going to go. I think it's between Sadiq and Cooper. It's between the two Jets for me personally. 0.5, man, that's really, really close. I'll go with my gut and go with Cooper here. I just really like him as a player, as a prospect. Just got a good feeling about him. Yeah, I mean the tight end premium is kind of the tiebreaker. If it was more, I would go Sadiq. Yeah, I mean I like both players. Don't like the landing spot for either of them on the Jets. But I'm just gonna bet on the talent, and I'm gonna go with Cooper here.
Yeah, I'm gonna run the podium here for Sadiq. I certainly get it though, just with like you're both on the same team. Obviously, I don't think we're worried about Mason Taylor probably at this point, but you just never know with tight ends. Things can get wonky. Maybe somehow Mason Taylor is like playing more than we want, and Sadiq.
Yeah, I mean I can't completely write him off. I'm not saying like I'm worried about Mason Taylor, but you can't just like pretend he doesn't exist at all. Like he could be a pest.
Yeah, just maybe in like snap, because here the reason why is because Sadiq, there are some kind of concerns with him as like a potential full-time player. The good thing I think for this landing spot though is that like those same concerns are there for Mason Taylor. So like it's best case that he kind of has like a similar skill set player there that he just is better than. Whereas if like I don't know, let's just say there was some vet tight end, some grimy vet that could block, like that could be worst case scenario. Keeping Sadiq off the field, at least
yeah.
like
I
how
mean,
much
Mason Taylor could kind of be like what Cole Kmet was for Loveland for like the first half of the season. Like that's possible at least.
Yeah, I would say that sounds like a worst case scenario for Sadiq after they go ahead and rip him in round 1.
Yeah,
and that's,
but I mean long
possible.
term, like I'm not going to worry that much about Mason Taylor.
Yeah, so you're just obligated now to take Ty Simpson.
Yeah, I'll take Ty Simpson. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I love
I'm
this.
Like not even sure whether to call him a winner or a loser. I mean, obviously it's huge that he gets the first round draft capital and gets taken as early as he does to a landing spot that in some ways is amazing, in some ways is absolutely terrible. I forget who said it, but yeah, in the draft coverage, they were basically saying that, this isn't like an indictment on Stafford or like when he's going to retire or anything like that, like there's no rush. Like Stafford can play as long as he wants, and whenever he's ready to hang it up. Well, then okay, they got Ty Simpson ready to go. So it certainly could be like a Jordan Love kind of situation from several years back. Where, I mean, I remember I just started playing Dynasty, and in fact, in my first startup draft ever, in my first Dynasty league ever, I drafted Jordan Love in like the double-digit rounds. I believe he was a rookie, but in any case. And it just felt like it was just like took forever for Aaron Rodgers to move out of the way and for Jordan Love to get his chance. And I mean, I think a lot of dynasty owners of Jordan Love were getting impatient, and people were selling him off cheap, and people are just tired of waiting. So it could be a thing like that. So I mean, if with our style of playing the market and buying and selling like their stocks. That's something you really got to weigh. Now, I mean, Stafford could retire at any time, and maybe Simpson gets a chance sooner than we think.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just don't love taking a player that has no immediate path to relevance to even getting on the field. I mean, for even like the kind of the foreseeable future, So, I mean, he probably won't lose value. I mean, you can kind of park that value on your bench, on your taxi spot, and I guess there are worse things than that. But it's just not the way I like to play Dynasty. So I'm not going to go out of my way to like take him just because he's a first round quarterback in a super flex.
Yeah, I mean, I actually love this landing spot because of how much this will shake up drafts. Because if he does start falling, let's just say people are kind of treating him like Michael Penix in the 24 class, maybe I actually end up with some Simpson in like round 2 or something like that.
Sure.
And it's not that like I really like want him. It's just that like he's good value. He's a first round quarterback.
Yeah, round 2.
I guess I'll just take him. So like I kind of see this as a win-win. Either he might be a value where I actually want him, or maybe people kind of believe in him and just like take him before I would. We'll see like how day 2 impacts. The updated mock. I just saw this kind of as a win for like dynasty drafts though, because it's kind of like it doesn't really matter what people do with them. Like either he's getting drafted or he's probably a good value. Like drafted earlier is good value. So I actually really like this as a scenario for him. I just could never have imagined. I mean, you might be a millionaire if you had guessed Ty Simpson that early. Kind of reminds me also, like, obviously there's a Jordan Love. Kind of reminds me of, like, the Daniel Jones kind of thing, where it's just like, holy crap, like, I did not see that coming at all.
I mean, I feel like in the last week I had been hearing like, don't be surprised if Ty Simpson goes in the first round and even goes semi early in the first round. So I'm not too shocked. But it was kind of this like last minute sudden rise,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if you had told me this a few weeks ago, I'd be like, jaw drop.
Yeah, I think this is a good scenario. Yeah, like I was saying, it's just like it doesn't really matter to me like what my opinion is on him. I'd be willing to bet on him and wait. Yeah, at the right price.
Sure.
Is all. So.
But hey, the big question here, Blake, where are you taking Jadarian Price?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think for me, it's a really tough to know, like what to do with Mendoza.
Because yeah, I mean, it sounds like they're not going to be in a real rush.
He might not play this year.
Now, it definitely could be one of those situations where it's the typical coach speak. Oh no, Kirk Cousins is our quarterback. Blah blah blah. Defer to the veteran. Let the rookie learn and everything. And then the first game that Cousin goes out and throws 3 picks and has no arm strength left. It's like, okay, get the kid in there. So yeah, that's certainly possible. But at least on paper, it doesn't seem like they're like in a rush to throw Mendoza out there.
I would honestly say like it almost just really doesn't matter to me when they play. Like he could not even play a snap this year. Like I just don't think his like value is gonna like go down if he doesn't play a snap. Like that might be the best thing for him.
It's not gonna go up, and his ceiling is capped in the first place.
Yeah, and like if you're getting that pick 6 though, it's just kind of like okay, fine. Like you just can invest in him. It's kind of like a safe asset. It's kind of just like tucking something away that feels like there's zero risk for going into the next offseason. And he's obviously the first overall quarterback. So I'd love to see them like draft a weapon, which maybe can get me some more confidence in him. So yeah, I'm kind of like tough on that. I would just say for like complete safety, I think I still go Mendoza over Price. I see the argument for Price. Like I'd have to think about it at least a little bit more because the thing about Price is like he's a round 1 running back. You see that's pretty rare these days. Obviously he's picked 32, and when we've seen these running backs go in this range, like normally they're like really really good talent, and like normally we like expect them to like be like locked. Blake Breece Hall at like the first pick of the second round. Kenneth Walker was like the 40-something pick, you know what I mean? Those guys were going early, like 102, 101, 102, 103. So, like, the biggest thing about Jadarian Price's, like, profile is just, like, he was literally, like, a backup running back with a low sample size, like a 2% target share. So, it's, like, really just, like, tough to know what to do with him. I would rather just be on the safer side right now with him. And I think the easiest thing for me pricing him right now is just cross-comparing him to the market. It has more to do with that than actually Jadarian Price himself. When I cross-compare running backs in the market, like I'm just thinking about running backs that I would pay the 104 for or 105. Like I don't think I can have them there. So I would probably be thinking about them 107, 108 right now. I'd have to think about that some more. And actually, there's Sadiq I see at 109, so I don't know is my answer. I have no idea where I would take Jadarian Price. Camex.
Well, yeah, I mean, you say that, Mendoza is the safer pick, but, a ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. And, I mean, with the current trend of what running backs have, the way that running backs have risen in the dynasty market over the last 2 years, and simultaneously the way that quarterbacks have fallen in value over the last 2 years. I mean, if you're playing Dynasty, buying and selling like stocks, I don't know how you can take Mendoza over Price. I mean, Price should be awesome as a rookie. You should have all the opportunity in the world on a good offense, not a ton of competition. And he gets the first-round draft capital. I mean, like you said, even when Breece Hall gets draft capital of like early second round, I mean, where was he? Where exactly was he going in rookie drafts? Was it like 102, 103?
Yeah, I think he was the 101 that year.
Or is it okay? Yeah, 101.
The big difference is obviously just like the actual like Breece Hall had like a nutty like that's the thing about Jadarian Price is like we've never seen a backup running back in college. Like obviously it was Love ahead of him, but like we just never seen a guy with this like target, at least in recent memory, like go here. So like for me it's just like more cross comparing. I think like if I'm gonna pay like 104 Price or 105 or something like that, like I probably just want to pivot and go somewhere else and bet on a veteran running back that am certain about, or just trade that into a different position or something like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could always trade out of the pick if you get the right offer. No issue with that. But I don't know. I mean, taking Mendoza in the first 5 picks, I mean, I'm not saying like it's a bad pick, but it's just like, what's the upside? I mean, I guess you hope he starts sooner than expected, and then he can like gain some value. But even then, like the ceiling is capped. It just seems like there's a lot more upside with Price. I'd rather just roll the dice on that, and I feel like I can gain some value rather than just like parking it in place and just having it stagnate on my roster. I mean, like if you're a contender, like what does drafting Mendoza really do for you this season?
No, yeah, I mean that's why, like just obviously like 102, I mean I think Mendoza, what he is more of just like a pick to just store value, like literally just
you store value, but it's not even necessarily easy to trade because again, try trading quarterback in your league. Good luck with that. Like maybe there's one team that needs a QB and you're just at the mercy of what they want to pay you. Yeah,
no, that's for sure. I mean, I think Price is probably going to be the most controversial kind of guy in rookie drafts. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him go 108, 109 in a lot of rookie drafts, but if we also see him like 103, 104 or something like that. Yeah. So I think he'll probably be the most volatile player. Definitely need to sleep on it, but yeah, the chat is bringing up Rashad Penny. What pick did he go? Did they win the Super Bowl that year? I don't think they did. But maybe I think they made it deep in the playoffs, maybe 29, 30.
I mean, Rashad Penny was a good player. I mean, he just had injury issues. I mean, I don't think that's is that a concern with Price? So I don't know if that's really a great comparison. I mean, obviously, they were both running backs that went to the Seattle Seahawks. And was Penny a first rounder, I believe?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I see that commonality on surface. But, like, beyond that, I don't even know if that's – how is that even proof that – Price isn't a good pick. I mean, Penny was a good player. He just was injury prone.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just throwing. They're saying like flashbacks to Penny is all. Round 1.
But again, I mean, if Penny didn't have injury issues, he probably would have been awesome, and it would have been a great pick. So yeah. I'm not really sure.
Penny. By the way, I didn't realize like Penny. I went back and looked at him like sometime in the offseason. I did not realize how insane Rashad Penny was in college. I don't know if you're from. Holy crap, dude! Like that dude, like him and Darius Geis. I went back and looked back at.
Yeah.
I did not realize like how big a baller is. I'm pretty sure Darius Geis was a first round pick, and then just like they had the offseason stuff out of LSU there into the Commanders. Yeah, a wasted talent. Kind of like a wasted career on both those guys. But Rashad Penny did that Kenneth Walker rookie season have a good first few weeks before like breaking his leg or whatever happened, which set off. Kenneth Walker.
I remember, Darius, guys, that's kind of a name I forgot about. But, yeah, he was someone I remember, like, in my early years of playing Dynasty. People were, like, rostering that guy, like, way beyond what he should have. Like, people were just, like, clinging to him, thinking, like, at some point he's going to get another opportunity and that, that talent's going to come out. But, yeah, it never happened.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's our final for the for our mock draft here. Let's see how this other draft is sitting out. We only got Dan, you'll be in here too. I'm going to leave this in chat. If anyone watching is not in here, we could try to do a mock rookie draft. Maybe if we could still do it if we don't have 12 people and we could just kind of fill in the blanks off this mock and just draft off this ADP of the one we just did. Definitely join up though if you're watching. Definitely leave a subscribe. 4 away from 300. Let us know any feedback you guys got on this mock. Obviously, there was a lot on Price. What else was some feedback?
Yeah, also drop us a like. We got 11 people in here. Like, that is so awesome to see. I think we only got 4 likes right now. So drop us a like. Help the algorithm push us out to some new viewers. That'll help us get to 300. Yeah, make sure you're subbed if you're not already. And yeah, I mean, we're streaming at 2 a.m. here on the East Coast, so definitely worth a like. And Blake, where'd you say that link was? Where can I click on that?
It's in the YouTube chat.
Okay, I could pull that up, but
Seb's in here. I can send it to you on. I can send it to you on Sleeper.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, we'll see if we can get that filled up. How many open spots do we have right now?
We have like 4 people in here, 4 or 5 or something like that. I can't even
Okay.
see honestly.
All right, so yeah, then I'll join. So.
Oh yeah, we have 5 people in here right now. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, hopefully we'll get there. But yeah, definitely jump in that. It'll be fun to really see what other people are thinking now. After,
Yeah, we'll do the whole
one.
draft too. We'll do all the rounds.
Oh yeah, we could do it. Yeah, not just like the 10 fantasy relevant players that were drafted tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to put this in the Discord. Put that there. If you're not in the Discord, make sure you join.
So let's see. All right, I'm not going to pick the 104. I'm going to let someone else have that honor. I want to see what everyone else does. So
you should go to the back then. Like you should see.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the back. I'll go to pick. I'll go to pick 11.
Okay.
Because I'm really interested to see what everyone else.
I'm going to pick 6 here because I'm just interested to see what happens here at 6, right in the middle. Yeah, we got. So what do we got? We got 6 people in here now. I'll put that in the mock. I might go to what's it called? Yeah, maybe like Jacob wants to jump in here or something. I'll go to that Dynasty Deep State.
Here, I'm gonna drop the link in this league of mine that was like talking a lot after the draft. So maybe someone there would want to jump in. It's a BDGE league.
Sweet. I'm gonna mute this here. Yeah, make sure if you're new here, you guys are subscribed. By the way, I think like we could try to do streams, after tomorrow night, obviously after day 3 too. We'll have a final rookie mock. We'll be updating things as we go. I think it's a good exercise though to get some mocks in after day 1, day 2, just to get comfortable with where you're at in players when you're actually on the clock. May Ryan swaps to the 4. I'll leave up our old, the mock we just did right now, the top 10 players. Yeah, Camex. Yeah, rookie mock after day 2 will definitely be really fun. Again, maybe some potential players going right off the bat day 2. Really interested to see what the Raiders do. Denzel Boston is still there. Stowers is still there. By the way, Dan, when you were asking about drafting a player that wasn't drafted, who was it? Stowers you were thinking about?
Oh well.
Or did you have a name in mind?
I guess it would have been the player, but I just wanted to know that in general.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Because sounded like you had Frank's in here. Sounded like you had a player in mind.
Well, it wasn't so much a specific player in mind. I mean, I guess it would have been Stowers, but I guess the point was I wasn't that excited about Cooper, Sadiq, and Simpson with the landing spots, at least with the way that I play Dynasty. So it was kind of like, okay, I want to know what my options are here.
Yeah. Okay, we are filling up here. I think we still need 5 more people. Got 7 right now. Again, if you're watching, I'll drop the link again in the chat, but you guys can just join if you are watching the stream right now.
Yeah, I'm catching up on some live chat here. Kamek says, I don't trust the Cards to be good at much of anything for a while. I feel a little more optimistic than that. I know they got to figure out QB, but they do have at least a lot of weapons there. So I'm really excited for Love. I'm excited that I have at least, a couple of rookie 101s that I'll be able to draft them.
Yeah, by the way, 20 people watching. Again, anyone just coming in here, hey, you can be a part of our mock. We're going to go all rounds. Obviously, the first round will be the really interesting round. How does May Ryan claim their slot? Hey, get an alt account, brother. But yeah, make sure you guys jump in here. Link is in the chat. I'm just going to pull up the YouTube link for Frank, who's in the draft. Frank, we play in... You probably play in 2 leagues now with Frank. I play in 2 leagues with Frank. I will get him the link.
Yeah, I mean, everyone keeps calling Price a backup running back. I just don't know. I mean, like, okay, yes, technically, but, like, he's behind Jeremiah Love. Like, what do you expect? You know what I mean? Like, I just think that's kind of like an unfair label to put on him to just kind of downplay him.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing, I mean, obviously, like, you know, like Love went 101. Like, he went 3rd overall. So it's hard to say exactly. I think the interesting thing is you look at, like, the Ohio State backfield last year. You know, 2 top picks, but not first-round picks. You know, they have, like, an even, like, workload. So I think that's, like, maybe where the questions are coming in, where it's just, like, it was just, like, all Price. It was basically just, like, all Price. You know, I don't know, what was Price getting? Like, you know, 10 or less touches a game. I'm actually not sure what...
I mean, I remember, well, actually... I don't know if I was actually was I alive during this, but if so, I was very young. But there was a backup at what was it, Oklahoma State, for a couple of years there. His name was Barry Sanders. He was stuck behind Thurman Thomas. Finally gets an opportunity his junior year. And how many yards did he rush for? Like 2,500. I think that's still like an NCAA record. Might be. You're about to Google that. But he had one of the most absurd college seasons of all time. Okay, Price, you know, never did that because, you know, he comes out into the NFL draft the same year as Love. So he didn't have a chance where, you know, Love moves on to the NFL and then Price has the backfield all to himself. He didn't get that opportunity. But, I mean, Barry Sanders was stuck behind Thurman Thomas. So, like, yeah, Barry Sanders was a backup running back for 2 years. So, and Barry Sanders, you know what also he was good at? Kick returns. So, you know.
So is Jadarian Price, is he getting comped? Are we getting that on Dynasty Savvy?
I'm just saying.
Is he Barry Sanders?
I'm just saying there are a couple similarities there.
Ryan May saying Price is Barry Sanders.
Both explosive, slippery running backs.
Yeah.
I think I might have gotten the ultimate comp here. I mean, not that you can really compare anyone to Barry Sanders, you know, truly the GOAT, my favorite football player of all time. But hey, I think there's some interesting similarities there.
Yeah. Jacob's begging to get on here to debunk your arguments for Jadarian Price. I'd be interested to see that.
Hey, bring it on, Jacob.
Dakota's saying no way. Just compared. Well,
all I'm saying is, like, you can't just call him a backup running back. I mean, a lot of great running backs have been backup running backs as they had, you know, an absurd running back ahead of them, or just an older one that had the veteran status or whatever. So it doesn't mean. I mean, the NFL has spoken. They said Jadarian Price is a first-round talent. So, like, what more do you want? I mean, that's clearly not your typical backup running back. So I just think it's kind of silly to be just like, oh yeah, backup running back, you know?
Well, yeah, of course. You get round 1 capital. You're definitely not just some backup running back.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can retire that label. You go in the first round of the NFL draft as a running back, you're no longer a backup running back. He is the starting running back of the Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl champs. Coda should know that, you know, better than any of us here.
So yeah, there we go. World in here, welcome. 21 people in. Yeah, make sure. Hey, we're almost filled here. Make sure you join the mock draft. Like, literally just hit the link in the chat. I put it in there a couple of times. You guys can join draft with us. Yeah, it would be nice if we get this filled up here. Just 3 spots left.
Up sub count, we're up to 297. So three subs away from the illustrious 300 there. So yeah, if you aren't subbed yet, let's hit 300 tonight. It'd be pretty cool to look back and remember how we hit the milestone on the first night of the NFL draft.
Not even on draft night, just on the night that you know, Jadarian Price was labeled into into the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
Yeah. Can I use? Oh, okay. Ryan Mason. Can I use the label Ty Simpson was Milrose backup? Well, he's gonna be Stafford's backup. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, hey, why take why draft Ty Simpson in the first round of rookie drafts when he's just a backup NFL quarterback, right? I mean, if we want to extend this argument of like, oh yeah, they're backups, so they're worthless.
Let's see, put it in the Discord.
I suppose the status here. We're waiting for a few more spots to fill for this mock.
Yeah, we got 3 spots left. Let's get some feedback in the chat. I mean, we got 16 people watching. I mean,
yeah.
Join up, boys and girls, if we got any in here. Never know.
Yeah.
Boys and girls, join her up. Be a part of the mock. If not, we will fire her up. But let's give it a couple more minutes here. I think the most interesting thing the thing I'm most interested in now is when is Barry Sanders coming off the board here?
Hey, give me that backup running back. I'll take him. But yeah, I mean, hey, I would love it. I mean, if no one else has Price this high, hey, I would love that. Like, I'll trade back and take him later. So, I mean, I'm interested to see where everyone else takes him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to push him up. Like, I want him to fall to me like in the mid to late first. Like, I mean, that would be a lot cooler.
All right, we will put a minute timer here. If you are in the live chat, I'll put it one more time. Join up the mock. If not, we're just going to fire it up. I'll do the first round, or I'll kind of just like make picks. Ryan May said there's no woman in here, bro. We've had a woman. We've literally had a girl in here one time. I don't think we ever saw her again, actually, and she was actually awesome.
Right.
In the chat, that was in season. We have had a woman in here, so you just never know. Never know, Ryan.
Yeah, and I actually, I mean, for a while, like, I wasn't aware of any women in any of my Dynasty leagues, but now that I'm in 20, I'm pretty sure that I know of, like, at least 3 women.
Okay.
In leagues I'm with. So, they don't always make it known. I mean, in fact, like, I was even talking with one, and she was even like, yeah, don't tell anyone else, like, I'm a girl, like, keep it on the down low, So I think, some of them don't like to broadcast that. Like, I don't know if they feel like they would be, like, treated different, or I don't know what is. I don't know if that's kind of standard but, maybe women in Dynasty leagues just kind of keep it on the down low a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I can see that.
Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is, like, there are probably more women in your leagues than you realize.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, just ignore my, like, Caesar in the chat here. I was just trying to, like, fix mock draft. Join the mock draft and that. I put the wrong link in, so if you're watching, you want to join up, yeah. Hit that link before we start here.
Hey, look at this. We got Dynasty Land in here.
Welcome. Hey, what's up, Dynasty Land?
That is awesome. Yeah, I've been watching that channel for quite a few years. So, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, Dynasty Land. Not sure which one we got in here. Maybe both, but you can join the mock.
Isn't on the channel anymore. So.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay, yeah. I was wondering where he went.
That's got to be Zach. So yeah.
Gotcha. I was actually wondering that. I was going to ask you about that because I hadn't seen him in a while.
So,
gotcha.
Hey, Zach, welcome to Dynasty Savvy.
Hey.
Would love to have you on here anytime if you want to grace a live stream.
Yeah, if you want to get in the mock, join up. Couple spots left, of course. We're gonna fire it up here shortly. Regardless, it would be nice to get these last couple spots filled up. Of course, we did a rookie mock where we went back to back, drafted the top 10 players that were taken today.
Yeah, and I'd love to hear what Zach thinks of Jadarian Price, and yeah, Zach, where are you taking Jadarian Price in rookie drafts with the first round draft capital here, landing with the Seahawks? I got him at the 104. I've been getting some backlash, some resistance, but I'd love to hear what you think.
This has turned into Jadarian Price night after the 104 selection by Dan.
Hey, we got him on the thumbnail. We got the clickbait title.
Yeah, I mean, this is yeah, this is the night he turned into to the
Barry Sanders. And,
you're never gonna be able to live that one down now. Anyone
well,
that
hey,
was
after I
in the
heard the Rashad Penny comp, I mean, I had to, had to get some respect on.
There's only two scenarios here. He's either Rashad Penny or he's Barry Sanders.
Okay. I'm leaning closer to the positive side of the spectrum there.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're going to start this draft in like 30 seconds, so join up. Now I will drop the link one final time. Thanks for the patience for everyone that, that's here. We have a believer in Zach here, by the way. It says shouldn't fall past 105. He is Team Dan on the Jadarian Price.
Let's go. I mean, come on. Like, what else you got to hear? We got Dynasty land in here, basically siding with me. So
that's right.
I don't know what else to tell you guys.
I'm interested to see where he goes here, especially because he got Seb, me, and Coda right in the middle. You might be sniffing him. Frank will probably drop to Frank here. Frank's in chat also saying, are we assuming the draft is super flex? Yeah, this is going to be super flex. Let's call it 0.75 premium. I'm going to put that in the chat right now. 1.75 per catch. All right. Let's fire this bad boy up. We will, I'll insert like the picks based off our mock. Jeremiah Love goes at 1, of course. And the draft can begin now. I will extend that timer for you. Do not worry. I'll give you a minute and a half here to think about that.
All right, so we got Tate at the 102 to Chase.
Yeah, Tate at 2.
What are you thinking, Blake? You think that's going to be kind of like
where
the consensus lands?
I think that is where consensus lands, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think there's arguments for... other players, but I do think Tate. I think if I am kind of on that consensus, Tate at 102, I think a lot of people will, because again, Tate's not.
And I think that's fair. I mean, my initial gut reaction is to put Tyson at 102, but yeah, I could make an argument for either Tate or Tyson there for sure.
Yeah, and Zach was saying RB, round 1 hit rate historically, high of any position.
Exactly.
And yes, we're bringing in those, and then even if you consider him a round 2 running back, great pick in a class like this. He says, "Have a good night." Hey, glad to have you in here, Zach, tonight. Thanks for checking in and chiming in on the Jadarian Price argument here.
I mean, that was the ultimate, mic drop for me. The chat went silent after that.
That's right. There was no disputes.
What else did you say? Got Dynasty land in here saying no. Dan's right.
Yeah, no disputes after that. Have a good night, Zach. Thanks for dropping in.
Good to see you.
So we have Lemon at 3. Interesting. Yeah, I think Lemon, again, we were just talking about Price being a really volatile guy. I really think Lemon could be volatile. I do think a lot of people will not like this landing spot. I've already seen some feedback in kind of leagues, stuff like that, where people love the landing spot. So I think I just kind of sit more in the middle, and I'm willing to scoop up that value at pick 5 or 6. I should probably prepare for my pick here.
I mean, like with Lemon, like I want to be talked into it because I really love the player, the prospect. So just give me a reason to believe in the landing spot, and I think I can get there.
Yeah. This is like a nightmare to me. This is like a literal nightmare for me.
Oh, Concepcion, you get sniped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. So
this is a 0.75 premium. Ugh.
Wait, I'm sorry. What are we doing for the premium?
This is a 0.75 premium.
Gotcha. So, I mean, this is probably the point where you at least have to consider Sadiq.
I'm definitely considering him. Yeah. This is why we're doing the mocks here. This is tough. I think I'm just gonna opt out for Mendoza at 106. I mean, if Mendoza was hitting at 107, then I might go from the most anti Mendoza because everyone was talking about him 102, 103. If he's going 107, I mean, I'll probably just be drafting Mendoza. Coda actually, Seahawks fan, ends up taking Jadarian Price at 107.
Well, I mean, after all that arguing, and I mean, Coda takes Price. Yep. I mean, it sounds like Coda and I, aren't that far apart, unless Zach coming in and telling him what's up, just ultimately
flip flop. Yeah, no, you flip flop. Yeah, there's at least a good difference between, especially pre-draft, between that 4 and 7. I mean, honestly, we might see that merge. And here's what I'll say about Price. I certainly see like your argument for like between him and Concepcion for me, and then when we get this higher tight end premium league with Sadiq, like once we're past pick 4, probably for me. Picks 5 through 8 in that case, yeah, those really would seem to blend together. Again, depending on Omar Cooper, could be pick 9 and maybe another rookie pick tomorrow. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I see the like the Price argument. Maybe there's a scenario where I could even flip him over. I don't know, someone that I would maybe take over him right now. Yeah, I really gotta have to think through Price. Just right now, pick 7 feels like a good spot, though. Where he goes here. I'd probably say that would be where I'm looking at him. You are up on the clock at 111. We had Denzel Boston. Oh, yeah.
Let me click refresh, because a lot of times...
I will... I'm going to put Ty Simpson here at 10, just because, like, we've said we would go by the ADP.
Oh, because that was autoed? Okay.
And it was autoed. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I got to pick like the first player that wasn't drafted tonight. So yeah, I got 3 players in the queue. I'm gonna go with Stowers because it is a .75 tight end premium. So yeah, I'll go Stowers here.
Nice, yeah, Stowers. And by the way, when Jacob chimed in, he even says though after all this that he would think Price at 106 would be valid.
Price at 106. Okay, so I mean, it sounds like we're kind of nitpicking a little bit. I mean, I'm saying 104, Jacob's saying 106. I mean, that's not a massive difference. So maybe it's just fun to quibble over the small disagreements. But yeah, I mean,
I think the big
how much we were disagreeing. Like I was expecting you guys to say like, oh yeah, Price is like the 108.
No. Yeah, I think the big thing here is that you got those receivers at 4. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, once you get, I guess, we just call it 5. Obviously, there's Mendoza, but like let's call it 5.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see Lemon over Price. I mean, I'm not going to say that's like crazy or anything like that. And I guess if like you're a quarterback guy in a super flex, like then I understand Mendoza, but yeah. I just don't agree with that argument.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I mean, despite what anyone thinks about Price, the one like the good argument for him that I think is just the positional availability. Like that could be a tiebreaker between. Obviously, there's not a lot of quarterbacks in this class, but between there's just so many receivers.
Also, just look at like what teams won championships last year in your dynasty leagues. Most of them probably had really good running backs. I mean, unless like maybe it was like a 1.0 tight end premium, then okay, maybe there's a scenario where they won on the strength of their tight ends or something like that. But like outside of a really high tight end premium like that, I think most teams that have won championships, even the last 2 years, have done it with running backs. I mean, receivers, it's just been like flat in terms of the war. It's just been tough finding difference makers and like winning championships the last 2 years with receivers.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And yeah, I mean, things have been swaying around and get those receivers on the field less. By the way, you timed out again. You got Elijah Surratt.
Oh, sorry, I got distracted. I did set my queue, though, so I think it gave me Surratt.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we were going through here. Yeah, anyone that is new in the channel and wants to be a part of a mock, again, we can fill the room here, see if we could get all 12 slots filled up. Just say something in chat if you guys are interested in joining a mock after this. I'm definitely going to turn the time down, by the way. Just a warning.
I wonder if Dynasty Land subbed. Maybe they were the 297 because we came in with 296. So
that's right.
That would be pretty cool. I don't know if there's a way to like see a list of your subs, but that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't know the other guy left the channel there. I was gonna actually ask you about that when I was watching. I just kept seeing the Zach there, so I.
Oh yeah, you didn't know about Badaki leaving?
No, I had no clue. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly when that happened, but I think it was like beginning of this year, sometime around then.
Gotcha.
But he, so yeah, I guess technically he's solo, but what's his name? Sammy Stacks has been guest appearing on Dynasty Land a lot. So
Gotcha. Okay.
he kind of almost like unofficially feels like,
Oh shit.
Like the new host in a way, even though he's not on every episode.
Okay.
But they technically, Sammy Sachs has his own channel, but they have been collaborating a lot.
Okay, collabing. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I wasn't sure about that. I wasn't keeping up. Well, why does Seb have a 2-hour clock here in 6 minutes? Sleeper's bugging. Don't take 2 hours, Seb. So let's take a look at what happened here. Yeah, we put Ty Simpson at 110 just because like we were just going off the rankings. Like for tonight. Yeah, I mean Sadiq at 8. I mean that is very interesting. Yes, Sadiq. I just was not crazy on pre-draft, but then I was thinking there's no way he gets past 15. He goes 16 to the Jets.
You know what I think is going to be really interesting in leagues with 1.0 tight end premium, where you put in Sadiq.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, for sure. I mean that's going to be a massive question. I mean, again, Mendoza here at 6. I was feeling it between still again Mendoza and Sadiq, and it's even still Price, and then you get Cooper there. Like I was feeling some pressure there on the first mock, with just many good options there. Man, I really good outcome is what I'll say from tonight on rookie mocks, because before it was just complete chalk. At 6, if Mendoza was there, you just click him or whatever. Or I guess you could, again, if he was there at 6, it was probably because Sadiq went 5. So you would just click Mendoza. It's good to have some more options here. We have Boston and Stowers. Yeah, you took Stowers. We got Boston, Mike Washington. You coming back around to Surratt, Coleman, Singleton, Branch, Bernard. I take Emmett Johnson. We have Chris Bell. Go at 2.8, Chris Brazel at 2.9, good value. Malachi Fields, 2.10 to Camex. Coming around. Katron Allen. Yeah, it's been living on that 2.3 turn. Another guy of yours, Dan. Nice. Oh, wait, this is literally the compy at the compy's cooking. They get Katron Allen, they get Antonio Williams.
Oh, man. I'm loving that draft. I'm
just trying to see here.
And Jeremiah Love. I mean, they have definitely won the draft by a mile there.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ted Hurst at 306 here. Max Clare 302. I really hope that happens in real drafts. Jeremy Bernard at 2.6. Hey, Frank, you're banned from the channel. That's the deal. Anytime someone drafts Zachariah Branch in round 2, you get banned. Unacceptable. But make sure you do that in every drafter with me. Yeah, Frank says this happens every year. Everyone doesn't like the class until players land with NFL teams. Yeah, I mean it happens every year, but the thing is in 2024 when the class got hyped so much. I mean, well, people might have liked it even more potentially after you get the lad landing spot, stuff like that. But I mean, this was just such a notable one because people just hated this class. But as soon as you get these landing spots, there are just bound to be landing spots that people are going to get excited about. I think there's a lot on day 2 to watch. Bengals tight end, Vikings running back, Commanders running back. So plenty of awesome stuff. See, Raiders receiver is another one. You're also on the clock here, Dan.
Yeah. Let's see, are there any quarterbacks I want to take here? I guess Carson Beck's there. I think I'll go with Jamar Taylor.
What's wrong with Zachariah Branch? Nothing, Frank. Nothing is wrong with Zachariah Branch. Don't worry about it. He's actually my 102. And you are back up.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Zachariah Branch has not made it past the 207 in any of our mocks, I swear.
Yeah, he's been going surprisingly high. I mean, Blake and I are not high on him. I mean, I feel like a lot of people aren't high on him, but yet
but he's still going.
In these boxes, he's going high. So I mean, it's
Someone
interesting.
likes him.
Someone likes him, yeah.
Frank likes him. Kamek likes him.
There's definitely a Zachariah Branch hive out there.
That's the one thing about like rookies is you got I mean you literally have like it just takes one person. Like if one like Malachi Field's another guy. I think like there's just like one guy maybe in every league that might, let's just say Malachi Field like doesn't completely tank in the draft. Like you just might randomly have him going at, let's say at 210 here. But you might have like 11 other people in your league that just like don't want anything to do with him. You know what I mean? He kind of feels like that player right now in rookie drafts. This is the first time we see Heidenreich fall to the 4th. He's been like a locked 3rd round pick in our drafts. I think we've seen him go 3-1.
I probably would have taken him. I overlooked him there.
Yeah,
I mean it's tough with sleeper ADP being so bad. It's really kind of tough to figure out. Yeah, like okay, which players haven't gotten drafted yet? I mean, I don't want to like be spending minutes like searching for every player and everything like that. So
yeah. Oh, I was just trying to add Cole Payton to my queue. I just drafted him. That's fine though. I may have taken him. Trying to make a queue here.
Yeah, I probably would have taken Heidenreich over Jamari Taylor at the was that the 3-11?
Yeah. Got 18 people watching. Let us know what you think of how the first round here of the mock has fallen out. Make sure you're subbed also to the channel, especially if you obviously have never been here before. We're gonna be doing more mocks. By the way, if you guys want to get a mock after this, we'll definitely drop a link. You guys can join in, have some fun. And we'll probably be back tomorrow night after the draft. Again, we might be just kind of like live every night here, updating the rankings, updating the mock drafts. Very important for if you guys are doing your rookie mocks soon here. Some of you guys might be doing it right after the NFL draft, the day after, the week after. Good to get your eyes on some ADP, on some mocks, participate in them. Definitely helps.
Yeah, and Blake, do we want to talk about some of the other winners and losers of the draft that weren't actually the rookies themselves? I mean, I'm thinking of 3 running backs that seemed like pretty big winners to me from after round 1 here. I'm thinking of Cam Scatterbo, Bashal Tutin, and Breece Hall.
Yeah, exactly. Scatterbo obviously avoids the love nuke. Definitely, again, I've still got like concerns like health-wise for him, but that's step number 1, right? For Scatterbo is getting past the draft, getting past Jeremiah Love. I guess they could add someone else, but again, is there really anyone on day 2 that we're like terrified for, that feel like they'd nuke a backfield? I don't really think so. So yeah, I mean, we had Breece Hall. Obviously, for Tutin, if they were really rumored to get Jadarian Price, that is great to see Price come off the board at 32. Honestly, like the one thing, like Price coming off the board at 32 is like the greatest thing for like fantasy. Like I'm ecstatic about that. Whether I draft him or not, it's just like that is phenomenal. And then Breece Hall.
I mean, basically the value of first round picks have just gone up, just kind of in a general sense.
And he just like goes to a backfield where again we expected Seattle to draft a running back. Like there's no surprise there. Like that was just like a win for fantasy, 100%.
And Breece Hall. I mean, I don't know how much it's going to get talked about, but just the fact that the New York Jets have some weapons on offense now. I mean, like they might be a real offense. Not to mention they get kind of a real NFL quarterback in Geno Smith. We hope. But hey, I mean, he could look like a real NFL quarterback with all the weapons he's got to throw to now. I mean, Garrett Wilson, Cooper, Sadiq. I mean, hell, throw Mason Taylor into the mix even, Breece Hall. But I mean, we hate having running backs on bad offenses. So maybe the Jets are like dare I say, could they be like a league average offense? Like if that's the case, like Breece Hall could have a hell of a season.
Yeah, I mean, that is a massive win for Breece Hall because, I mean, he's just been, victim. So just the worst offense in the world.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, yeah, if it's just like decent, like that's massive for Brees Hall.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that definitely got me feeling better about Brees personally. By the way, so let's see if, what the numbers are here from the next mock. 20 people watching. Again, if you guys want to participate, I just dropped the link to do so in the live chat. I dropped it in also for the people that were just in the past draft. So yeah, make sure you join up first. Obviously, just kind of first come, first serve. You can grab your spot, like choose it if you get in here early. Yeah.
Do you want to DM it to me, or should I just pull up the chat and try to move it real quick?
Yeah, try to pull up the chat. I'm gonna quickly just leave this board up for anyone that was interested in how this mock went. Kind of some interest. I would say this is probably, so far, I would honestly say this is probably the most aligned with how I would view rookie mocks pre-draft, or I guess pre-day 2 or 3 so far. Again, the big thing, there's a couple players, again, I thought were a little reached on, but nothing crazy. It seems like we're getting more accurate the more we've done some mocks here. And of course, by tomorrow, things will change up plenty, and this will look like a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, I think things will. I mean, we'll have so much more information tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, like, things will happen on day 3 as well, but I mean, after day 2, like, you pretty much like can't get good draft capital anymore, because if you didn't get it on day 1 or day 2, then you didn't get great draft capital.
Unless you're like a round 4 running back, or maybe like a round 4 tight end at the right landing spot.
Yeah.
Like Bengals or something.
But for the most part, like, we know the players that got really good draft capital after the end of tomorrow night. So I think we'll be able to have some really interesting mock drafts then, with just so much more information than we have right now.
Yeah, I'm super interested to see what like the surprise is tomorrow. I mean, I guess the surprise of today was Ty Simpson, and then still again Jadarian Price. He wasn't even in Schrager's final mock despite being in the first one. So definitely just felt based off that like he was trending to just slip out, and obviously slips in. So couple big surprises tonight. Boston, I just wonder if the Raiders are looking at Boston. I think they have the second or third pick tomorrow. The Raiders do, so I'm definitely interested to see where they go. The Niners are also on the clock too. Might be rumored to take a receiver.
Yeah, I'm still expecting Boston to fall more like, I don't know, maybe potentially like late second into the third, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe the NFL's higher on them than I am. Certainly possible. I just don't have a great feeling about Boston.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I'm just going
off. I want to because, I love he has the NFL bloodline. His dad was pretty awesome. I'm old enough to remember watching him. But yeah, just not that crazy about his son.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I'm definitely not crazy about him either, but I don't know. NFL teams just love that build. And he's just kind of been, talked about, projected in the realm of that, like early second, late first. So,
has Matt Harmon broken down Boston? I assume he has.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a receiver that Harmon would be too high on.
Probably not.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, he probably says he's probably said like they need to move him into the slot. He says that about every big receiver. It's like this guy's he's a power slot. Like they need to move him.
He's gotta be the big slot. He's not truly a true X.
Yeah, every time
it's like the Keon Coleman argument all over again.
Yeah, exactly. It was the same thing with like Jaden Higgins. Yeah, all that stuff. So that was fun.
So is that just like a cheat code? Like if you're not that good of a, if you're like a big bodied receiver that doesn't separate, but you're not that good of a one, and it's like, okay, we'll just move into the slot, and then
you're close to the quarterback. you know, you get
Yeah.
some nice matchups, like, you know,
Yeah.
going over the middle across
It's like lower the
linebackers.
difficulty, and then he'll be decent.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Yeah.
like closer in proximity too to like the quarterback. Also, if you just think about it, if you're
Right.
like not as good, just in general, being like literally closer
Yeah.
you actually have to separate. There's a little space to work with on the outside, basically.
Yeah.
You know, much harder. Yeah, to be able to separate and perform there. I will drop the link in the chat here again. Who's Boston's dad? Jacob asked.
David Boston, Ohio State wide receiver, also played for the Cardinals in the NFL. I mean, he had a really good season in fantasy. I mean, he wasn't great for long in the NFL, but there was at least like one season where he had, I don't know if it was like 1,500 yards, but it was a lot. I'll look it up right now. David Boston stats. It was a really, really good year.
Good to see Rick in here, the jackhammer. I think I got an idea who that is. Says the guy on the right eats hot dogs with no bun. Good to see you in here, Ricky. By the way, no, this only applies to Ricky. Cole at hockey. I'll have to send you. There's like a live barn feed. I'll have to show you his highlight reel, but we were lighting it up. It was a good time. I'm gonna have to do that after the stream.
All right, so yeah, I looked up David Boston stats. I have a good memory. 2001, David Boston had this was only in 16 games, you know, back then. 16 games, he had 98 catches, 1,598 yards, 8 touchdowns. So yeah, I mean, I don't know where he finished in fantasy that year, but it's safe to say he was a wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually did have another season where he was over 1,000 yards. The season before, he had 1,156. He had another season where it was like 880. So yeah, it was really just like the 2 seasons where he was really good in fantasy, and then he just kind of flamed out after that. But still, I mean, he was a good receiver in both college and the NFL.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Max Sauce, welcome, says Glizzy Goblin. Mr. Bakes a Lot says, yeah, Boston got multiple top 30 visits from many teams. He believes that he will go in the next top 10 picks. I was really thinking that if the Saints skipped on receiver in round 1, that would be a really fun landing spot. I'm very interested to see where Chris Bell goes, because Chris Bell's got the torn ACL. Would have basically been a consensus round 1 wide receiver had he not torn his ACL. So very, very interested to see if he basically slips or not tomorrow.
I'm kind of feeling he slips. I'm not sure if he should, but I don't know. My gut's just telling me he's going to go round 3. Maybe it's like early round 3. I think that'd be my official prediction, but I certainly think he has a chance to go in round 2, and probably kind of deserves to.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I mean he was destroying last year too. By the way, like really good numbers.
Yeah, I hope he goes round 2. But yeah, I mean I can't imagine he'll fall past day 2.
Yeah, Mr. Bakes a Lot says there's this thing called the internet. You should try it sometime. To Jacob.
Oh, when he said who's David Boston. Hey, well, Jacob just wanted to hear me talk about him since I actually.
Well, he knew that you would know.
I lived it.
That's right. Yeah, you knew you would know, right? So I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
The internet couldn't tell it as good as you.
Exactly. I mean that's boring to just Google that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was impressed that I remembered that David Boston had a 1,500-yard season. From 2001. I mean, come on. You got to give it to me there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on a roll here. I mean, what was it? The other night, I was able to tell you that Ty Chandler plays for the Saints. How many people know that?
That's right. Not many, that's for sure.
And how many people know both that David Boston had 1,500 yards in 2001 and Ty Chandler currently plays for the Saints? I mean, that's got to be like 1 in a million.
I mean, you
there
might be
can't
one
be
of
more
one
than
on that one.
a dozen people on this earth that know both of those things. Come on.
Yeah, and I don't know if you know Rondé Gadsden's dad, but that seems like something you would know. What was he, a Dolphins receiver or something?
I think he played for the Washington football team.
Okay. Kids these
I'll
days
check
want
on that.
everything given to
Let's
them.
Google it. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering. Now you got me wondering. But he was good. What I remember about
I remember him being on the Dolphins, I feel like, but yeah.
that kind of sounds familiar too. I
Maybe
remember
both.
like he made some like he made like some really good catches. I feel like.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Is like Dolphins uniform and like making the craziest highlight
Yeah.
catches. By the way, my camera's died here, so yeah. I mean, we're not even filling out this mock, so we should probably give it a wrap here in a minute. Actually, Mac
Okay.
Sauce. Okay, Mac Sauce is in here. Mac, are you in this draft, or you must be World? Also, yeah, like Jacob, if you want, Mr. Bakes a lot, you guys can join the draft. I'll try to charge my camera here.
Okay. Can you plug it into the wall, like while streaming?
Yeah, it's just got to turn on here.
Okay. We could always like put the clock on like 30 seconds or something if we want to speed this up a little.
Yeah, we got another one in here. Welcome, Prado Dynasty. Yeah, make sure you're, by the way, again, I can't see our sub count. I think we're one away from 300, so make sure you drop a sub. You can be the 300th sub if you are new here.
Heck yeah. Hey, we're up to 7 likes, so yeah, definitely drop us a like. That'll indirectly help us reach the 300 subs, so it'll push us out to new viewers. But yeah, we still got 15 people watching in here, so I mean, awesome to have this many people watching this late. Yeah, I'm gonna refresh and see if get an accurate sub count.
Yeah, and again, sub for some streams tomorrow, and we definitely will get an official. I mean, maybe we could even do our own kind of rankings, right? Because obviously ours are going to vary. We could kind of do an official each, like maybe a video for each of our, or in the same video, each of our, rookie rankings. I mean, again, it could be like literally all 48 picks for us. We'll run through it very quickly in the later guys, but to maybe talk through some of the bigger picks. We definitely want to get those rankings out for you guys right away. Again, obviously going to be free, and
yeah, and you are correct, Blake. We are at 299 subs, so one sub away from the big 300. That is exciting. I mean, come on, we got to get there. We can't end the stream before we get that 300 subs. So
yeah,
someone
gonna
help
be
us out here. We got to do it tonight.
Yeah. Who is going to be 300?
And we are at 10 likes, so appreciate all the support,
nice.
everyone out there.
Yeah. Charging the camera, still waiting for it to turn on.
Okay.
Yeah, again, you guys can literally join the draft. You should see it in chat here. I've dropped the link a couple times. Click that to go in. Mr. Bakes says he got that sub. Appreciate it, Mr. Bakes. Glad to have it in here. And are you in the
Discord.
Mock draft, Mr. Bake?
And Discord, for that matter.
That's right.
Join our Discord. It's completely free. Link is in the description. Great place to talk some Dynasty 24/7, even when we're not streaming.
Yeah, there we go.
A lot of smart people in there. Yeah, you can ask anything, and you'll probably get a smart answer pretty quickly.
That's right, yeah. A lot of active and smart people in there.
Do we want to talk about any of the losers from round 1 that, not actually the rookies themselves? But yeah, obviously Tyler Algier and Mason Taylor get absolutely annihilated.
Yeah. I saw Trey Benson get traded for the 412 during the draft.
That's pretty hilarious. Yeah, rest in peace, Trey Benson. Pour one out for him as well.
Yeah.
Zach Charbonnet, of course. I mean, we knew it was probably coming. I mean, I guess it could be a two-man backfield at some point, but who knows what to expect from him for all of the 2026 season. So for Dynasty, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, hell, as much as I love Price, I mean, I might be selling high on him, before Charbonnet comes back.
Yeah.
So, playing the market, I'm not really worried about Charbonnet long term. But yeah, we were saying to sell Charbonnet, so hopefully you listen to us. I was having trouble moving him. I think I got stuck with my only share. So
yeah, I think I came close to actually selling him in a deal or two, but like they just ultimately didn't go down. I wasn't getting much. I wasn't getting much credit for him. So yeah, it's just like at that point.
Garrett Wilson and Olave. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not going to say they've taken like a massive hit or anything like that. Obviously, they're awesome receivers, but if you were planning on selling them for 2 firsts, it's at least possible that that ship has sailed.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing is, like, you could definitely talk me into the fact that it's really not, like, the biggest thing because, like, the Jets offense potentially could just completely turn around. I mean, it isn't really going to.
Yeah,
I don't know, but.
Yeah, I think there are some aspects of them adding weapons that'll be good for Garrett Wilson. You know, on balance, it might be slightly negative. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, obviously, we just kind of need Garrett Wilson to stay healthy. I mean, he was having a good season last year. Not saying to like, panic on like Olave or Garrett Wilson, but I'm just saying in terms of like perception and the ability to potentially trade him for 2 firsts, which you can probably get at least in some leagues from some managers. I don't know if you can still get that, you know, just on perception, just on the way the market tends to react, right or wrong. I'm not saying, oh yeah, they should take this massive hit now, but I'm just saying, you know, we know how people think and react.
Yeah, no, exactly. Mr. Bakes is making a case here for Charbonnet. I mean, hey, yeah, if you like Charbonnet, man, he's got to be cheap after that price.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're rebuilding, and especially if it's a league where running backs are you know, have a little more value, maybe there's a little point per carry or like rushing first down bonus or something like that, and you're rebuilding, like buy Charbonnet cheap right now. I mean, he'll have a role at some point in the future, and he's good at scoring touchdowns and that kind of thing. So I like him as a buy in the right league on a rebuilder.
Yeah, I mean, especially, oh my God, if you get a point per carry on a discount, I mean, he's going to be a free agent. So, yeah, I mean, am I crazy about Charbonnet? No, but, I mean, I probably like the discount, especially in the
and
league.
Also, he's perfect for the rebuilder because he's not going to be scoring points and hurting your you know, your bid for the, you know, for Jeremiah Smith, you know, in the 101 in next year's draft. So he's perfect. Like he won't hurt your max PF for like half the season probably.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah. And then what about Devonta Smith? I mean, are you still excited about him? You know, I mean,
it honestly seemed like I was like lower the market on him after being like the only one ever buying him in any league. Like, because I mean, I feel like I have so much Devonta Smith. I just was getting him everywhere for like literally like just like a late first, like, you know what I mean, like a 112 or something like that. Like it just seemed like.
So you were high on him then?
No. I was, and then because like I was getting him prices that AJ Brown was not going anywhere, but I was expecting AJ Brown to leave.
Right.
Like in season. So then like the thing is like once AJ Brown was like basically confirmed to leave, then like all of a sudden Devonta Smith, I mean I literally got him the 8th round of a startup to start the season, off season. Wow. But then now he's going like in round 5. And it's like, well, I don't think he's a round 5 pick. So like technically I'd be lower if he's really a round 5 pick. I saw him go there twice. I think he went there in our listener league startup. So yeah, I mean,
but is he still going to be going there now that they've drafted Lemon?
Probably not, no. So, yeah. I mean, I'll probably just kind of be at market with Smitty. I mean, obviously, yeah, it's still, you know, really like Smitty. I think it's a big thing in that whole Eagles offense was just that OC. Again, we'll see if the new guy is any good. It's actually Sean Mannion, I believe, former Vikings quarterback. And then, yeah, let's get it here, Mac. Let's just start this mock-up here, have some fun. All right. Quick 1:30-second timer. Camex is up at the 101. Thank you.
So are we going to let the auto pick do its thing, or are we going to like correct for it? Oh my God, Jeremiah Price at the 101. I love it. I love it, Camex. Let's go.
Camex doing the trolling.
I love it. I love it.
Notre Dame running back. He just hit the wrong one.
I mean, who's the best Notre Dame running back? Like, we may have to have a debate now.
Yeah.
Nah,
I mean, hey, if Jeremiah Love, or sorry, if Jadarian Price outproduces Jeremiah Love, you know, I mean, you might have a victory lap that.
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I'm on the clock at the 106 here. Oh man, Tyson follows me at the 106. Gotta run to the podium here.
Oh, I just auto drafted, but that's fine. I would have taken Tate. That's my bad. I was just fixing.
Okay. Yeah, make sure you turn it off then. Yeah.
I got my pick regardless. I am back.
Yeah, we're flying through these picks. Yeah, I guess with all the autos. They're flying off the board. Yeah, I get sniped on Surratt by the auto. Okay, yeah, we got World something or other on the clock here. SXGR. Can't read the rest.
Yeah. I think someone like literally left that was in here at the back
Okay.
end.
Yeah, you can't blame them. Yeah, we were taking a while to get filled
Yeah.
here, so we figured might as well just fire this.
I'm
thing
surprised
up.
no one else wants to join the mock. I mean, I know it's late here, but obviously, yeah, 18, 20 viewers at a time. I feel like I'd be pretty pumped to be getting in.
Right.
Here, but yeah, quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough on the bigger channels like to get in these mocks because they fill up in like a second. I'm gonna go Antonio Williams. Oh wait.
I guess I should prepare my pick here. All right. I'll go Brazel. It's kind of just like a default pick. I think I got him at 209 in another draft couple ones.
Look, even the auto pick is taking Zachariah Branch in the second. I mean, it's just like there's just no stopping it. But
it's got to be
you gotta love it.
That's the latest we've seen him fall, I think.
Yeah, and
fall 208.
Auto pick snipes me on Katron Allen at the 211. It's probably about the earliest I've seen him go.
Yeah. Katron Allen 211. We've been seeing him pretty much right in that like 212, 31, 32 area. Yeah. Max Clare keeps hitting the third. I mean, that's the guy I was really battling myself there to take. I just think if I was drafting right now, I would be taking Brazel before I would expect. Oh, yeah, I'm back up on the clock. Holy crap. Oh, dude. Like, I also completely blanked on Jeremy Bernard, who I'd be pumped to get at 304. I think I was saying it in one of our other mocks. Jeremy Bernard, especially in the right landing spot, just kind of feels like one of those guys in redraft where like you actually might be dropping. I mean, it might sound crazy. Bear with me. You might be drafting an Omar Cooper or like a Lemon or just like one of those players at some point in the season, maybe earlier than you expect, simply because like Jeremy Bernard is just like kind of this like sleeper guy, putting up like usable flex numbers where like maybe one of these like rookie receivers in round 1 or early round 2 are just like taking some time to get ramped up. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just the vibes I'm getting off Jeremy Bernard. So I'll probably be targeting him a lot if he's going in this range. Obviously, the computer not doing a great job mocking here, but let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to make it a little interesting here. I'm going to swap out a couple picks just as we go here. Cole Payton here. I
think you're going to snipe me.
Cole Payton? Or?
No.
Okay, I'll swap Cole Payton out there.
Okay, nice. Sweet. My guy made it. I'm going to go with Bryce Lance.
There you go. Yeah, I was seeing him. Yeah, fall. Jacob and Max. I think we're taking him in our other ones. Nice pick from Mac. Oscar Delt 4.6. I like him. I'm going to go Stribling here. Again, I think he gets a little bit of surprising draft capital. That's the rumor. I'm going to make, again, a little tougher on some people here and just swap out some auto picks from the computer. A little Justin Jolly there. Mark saying what's up. Welcome, Mark.
Welcome.
Also, yeah, for anyone tuning in now, this was the Jadarian Price show. Obviously, don't take the 101 here from Camex seriously. But
I mean, what'd you expect? I love Price before the NFL draft. So how do you think I'm going to react when he goes in the first round to the Seahawks?
Yeah, no, exactly. So yeah, everyone in the chat, let us know. What do you think about Jadarian Price? Where would you be in Superflex, Tight End Premium Dynasty? Where would you take him right now? I'm gonna go Seth McGowan. You are up on the clock.
Yeah, I'll go.
Let's hear where you guys would take him. I am interested to hear. I mean, one thing I know for sure is that I don't want to solidify any opinions 2 hours after the NFL draft is what I will say. Things will certainly change. So, yeah. I think it'll be a good sleep tonight thinking over how I feel about these players.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think we can still kind of debate between the three receivers. Like, I definitely don't think that's like solidified yet, even though I kind of have an initial gut reaction kind of order to the three. And then, I do have Price currently, mixed in there with the three receivers. I got basically I have I have them ranked right now like Tyson, Tate, Price, and then Lemon. But I think that could change. I'm definitely going to let that kind of marinate, and we'll see where I land on it. But that's just my initial reaction.
Yeah, leave up the mock here. Obviously, yeah, a lot of computers here, but nice little Kalen Black slips in. He's been missing. We had a comment on our last mock or a couple mocks ago about him not making it in. Seth McGowan 5'4". Seems like every draft I do, I get McGowan later because I'm the only person that knows Seth McGowan apparently. Yeah, then what do you got? Yeah, you got Bryce Lance 4'7", Justin Jolly 5'6". I mean, I love that. Cam X. I mean, I don't even know who these guys are. I've seen their names. I think this is I thought this was Nick Whittington, Noah Whittington. I literally don't even know who they are. Maybe we see them sneak in the draft. Maybe I gotta learn.
Hey, maybe it's like Jordan Whittington's younger brother or something like that.
That's what my
NFL bloodline. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, that's right. We'd be scooping this guy off the waiver.
Oh yeah, hey, if he's related to Jordan Whittington, give me some of that.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, Mr. Bakes is high on Charbonnet. Mr. Bakes said he would take Jadarian Price 201 behind Stowers. So he's not a fan of Jadarian Price.
Okay.
That is clear. Who else would be in your top 12?
I'll make a bet. Price outscores Charbonnet this season.
Yeah. Hey, let us know. What would you need? Let's say you own Jadarian Price right now, Mr. Bakes. What would you personally need to get down from Price to Charbonnet? I want to hear as the Charbonnet. I'm going to call you the Charbonnet Bull. What would you need to get there?
What I want to know is if I own Charbonnet, what am I going to get on top, to trade him to him for Price?
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be pushing to get.
I got the better running back in Charbonnet, so I'm going to need something on top of Price.
Yeah. So by the way, Mac was wondering, Dan, do you have any teams open in any leagues?
On Sleeper?
Yeah, any orphans?
Oh, any open teams that we need filled?
Mm-hmm.
Blood, Sweat, and Beers, we're doing a dispersal draft, so we definitely need some managers for that. And if I can sell you guys for a minute, two of the teams, so it's going to be it's kind of an unusual situation, but I think we have 6 teams for the dispersal draft.
5 or 6, yeah.
Teams in there are absolutely loaded, so it is going to be a pretty solid player pool.
I'm going to get him literally the link if he wants to join.
Oh, heck yeah.
If you are serious about joining, then this is your league. Anyone in here that might want to do an orphan, it's like a dispersal.
It's a good league. I mean, we got some really good managers in it, and the league's been around for a while. And yeah, with 2 of these stacked teams in it, one is the back-to-back champion, so you got his entire roster thrown into the dispersal pool, and another team is just one of those unbelievably stacked teams where it has Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, just on and
Burrow,
on.
Yeah, he's got everything. Pickens.
Absolutely stacked beyond belief.
Mr. Bakes, yeah, this is $100 buy-in.
I'm the commissioner of the league.
This is a long-running league too.
Matt's in it. Who's kind of a regular viewer of the channel, has been on a few times. Got some good people in there.
Yeah, this has been going since 2021 or 2022 or something. I think 2021. So it's a long running league. Mac, if you guys want to join, check it out. Click on there. It's $100 a year. It's a start 10. Start 10, 12 team. There is no tight end premium in this. I think this is actually the only league I play with no tight end premium.
Yeah. Full PPR, super
full PPR.
Yeah. Pretty normal scoring and format.
Max says he'll pay for the Chase Jefferson team. Unfortunately, there's at least a team that's just like trash. So like, yeah, what we're gonna do is like no one can like buy a team, just because like that would be like so impossible to like get.
Yeah,
like
just makes sense like for the purpose of fairness or parity or whatever you want to call it to do the dispersal draft.
Which we should have done when
dispersal drafts are so much fun too. So I think it's like it'll be a win-win all the way around.
And actually, when we joined this league, like I got screwed over. This was my first Dynasty league ever. I orphaned a team, and I got screwed. I got my last option on team that didn't even have like a quarterback too. It was just like complete trash. Had to rebuild it, and then someone had took over the champions team. They just went AFK, and then Dan scoops up the champions team. So I really wish they did a dispersal draft, because then I would have had a chance. I would have surely had a better team than what I had. So.
Oh yeah, I mean the team I took over was loaded. I was like unbelievably lucky, and Blake's team that he took over like a year before was like the exact opposite. So it's amazing what Blake has done with that trash team in this league, because he's got an awesome team now. And this is actually the league that Blake and I met in. So it's kind of a special league.
Yeah, no, exactly. So the join up if you guys are interested in the dispersal. Yeah, there's gonna be a ton of players in there. Obviously the Chase Jefferson. It's like Chase Jefferson, Pickens, Nico Collins. Pretty sure he just like scammed. No. There's no Pickens. I'm pretty sure he's like scammed for Genty.
He's got Genty. He's got Kenneth Walker.
I think he has Mahomes now. Or something. Yeah.
And,
so.
Who's his other quarterback? He traded Herbert, but he has another really good one.
Like all those players are gonna be in this dispersal. That's just from one team. Yeah, there's a ton of good players.
It's ridiculous.
Mr. Bakes. I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, I don't know if you. I mean, I'm assuming you know what a dispersal is, but maybe you don't, Mr. Bakes. I mean, this isn't a startup, but it's effectively a startup. There's going to be half the players available, and you're going to be drafting with like the other people that take over the team. So yeah, if anyone's interested, I dropped the sleeper link. You can join up. Unfortunately, no one can like actually buy the team, because we that way like we might not be able to like run the league like. If we actually sold the team, as easy as that would be, like it's going to be impossible to sell at least a team in there, or two, of course, or we got to hand out free league years or something. Yeah,
Burrow's the other quarterback. So yeah, just listen to the starting lineup of this one team. So he's got Burrow, Genty, Walker, Lamb, Chase, Jefferson, Kincaid, Rice, Mahomes. And then who's his other flex? I don't know, Rashad White, somebody like that. We got to set the lineup, but it's a ridiculous roster. And then the back-to-back champ is also his roster is also in the dispersal. Let me pull up that.
Yeah, he's got like Purdy, Love, Willis.
Okay, yeah, he's got. Oh wait, I got it. Okay, yeah, he's got Malik Willis, A-Chain, Tracy, Pickens, Amon-Ra, McBride, Olave, Purdy, let's see, Jordan Love.
Yeah.
A really good roster.
There's some good players in that dispersal for sure. So yeah, I mean.
He's also got JMO. I didn't realize he had JMO. Likely, he's got a really good. He's back-to-back champ.
Yeah, no, for a reason. And actually took me. No, wait, yeah, I think he took me down in the semis, and then he just took me down in the finals, that damn team. He
actually took me down in the semis. It was that I thought I had him, and then that frickin' Purdy was the end of me. 5 touchdowns in that game?
Yeah, I didn't even have a chance against him in the finals this year. I played against Malik Willis in week 17, and then there was another player that just went nuclear, and my team was terrible. No one showed up on week 17.
Yeah, I mean, this will be a really fun league to do the dispersal and to get some good guys in here. So yeah, we would love to fill this up. So if anyone's interested, let us know. You can also join our Discord. Let us know there. But yeah, fun league though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So. Yeah, I mean, definitely click the link if you're not. I mean, this was a lot of fun. Again, you guys can rewind if you're checking out, see, the kind of the mocks that we did. We did a mock at the start, just of the 10 players that were drafted tonight, ranked them out. Definitely check that out. You can leave a comment after, too, if you got an opinion on the Jadarian Price debacle going on there. But yeah, we'll probably call it here. We will be back tomorrow night, more than likely. A little Friday night stream will be a lot of fun after the day 2. Again, going to be like mocks are going to be really, really fun tomorrow with so many more players in the player pool. Obviously, going to be a lot of shocks just like there was tonight. So yeah, for the 21 people watching, make sure you're subbed. We just hit 300 subs. Yeah, thank you guys for all that. Long time coming. So
hey, thank you guys. Like, appreciate the support so much. 303 subs. That is so awesome to see. So yeah, thank you all. Great having everybody in here so late. Lot of passionate people about Dynasty in here. So awesome to see it. Appreciate everybody out there.
Yeah, and again, if you guys want to get in the mocks tomorrow, it's gonna be really, really fun. I cannot wait personally. Make sure you're here. You can join our Discord too if you guys want to, be notified when we're going live and get in that mock right away.
Yeah, hit the notification bell too. You get a push notification anytime we are live on YouTube.
Yeah. So again, just thank you everyone tonight with the whole 300 everything. We'll just leave it right there.
Yeah. Awesome. We'll see you guys.